Okay, so I am Brian, joined by George here. We're going to start out this match. This is our last match where it's going to be against, well, with Blue Goku versus Red Jiren, and it's a very interesting matchup here. Red versus Blue, a deck that wants to have stuff on board sometimes versus a deck that inherently will remove those things here and there. But hey, what do you think about this matchup?
Yeah, the red and blue matchup has been one of a lot of debate in this format. Blue has an inherent ability to be able to keep things off the board in terms of using their bottom decking ability, which can be really powerful against Jiren decks that want to utilize things like their powerful 4-drop Jiren to net advantage. However, the blue Goku deck works on a little bit of a different axis because it wants to play 1-drop sharpeners, 1-drop erasers to be able to maintain enough traits on board to maximize on their abilities using things like the Great Saiyaman, just like we saw here. You like girls with short hair, so on and so forth. So the fact that being in red, you just have a built-in way to get rid of those synergies with 1-drop Reese's and a bunch of cards that neg. You're really good at keeping your opponent's board empty. It really kind of plays counter to what Halo-kun wants to do. So while you do have the power of blue cards that can make the matchup really strong, because of the specific way that your deck works, it actually makes it a little bit harder. So with that in mind, it does kind of flip the matchup on which there's a huge in favor of the blue deck here. Because of the way Halo-kun specifically works, I actually think it's a bit more of a balanced matchup, and we can see Jiren here potentially put in a lot of work.
Yeah, I think so. It is a bit of a challenge and a bit of annoyance for Jiren because, like you said, you want some stuff to keep on board, like these 3-drop Vegetas that can easily be answered by their 5-drop Vegetas if they do play them as Goku, or really a bunch of other stuff. This Zeno that we have in our hand says no to a bunch of, like, let me go ahead and keep these things in play so that way my awakening ability actually means something, but it doesn't look like that is going to be the case. If they do play the Zeno. We do play the 3-cost Goku, nothing to pop, and we're just going to go ahead and swing for that 25k. Still pretty powerful, and we're still advancing the game state, as we say, you know?
Yeah, huge. We're just throwing haymakers at each other. Neither of these decks really kind of defend themselves. Jiren going down to 6 life, Goku going down to 5, playing out, like you were saying, a tempo SS Blue Goku here. Just a beefy 25k body on a board, and then here looks like on a Halo-kun side we're going to commit ourselves to a sharpener. Of course we do need for some of our abilities we need 7 cards or less, but the beauty is that Halo-kun works on a little bit of a different axis, doesn't always necessarily go there. We don't have a 1-drop Videl to kind of turbo out our vanillas at the moment, but we could put up enough traits to be able to potentially go for a Great Saiyaman here and get rid of that 3-drop, or alternatively we can go with a you like girls with short hair to be able to draw 3, then put back 2 on top of our deck, which putting stuff back on top of our deck, massive in terms of being able to set up the combo lines that Halo-kun wants to play out. So a lot of combo power here on defense, but we are looking for a little bit more proactive plays. Looks like we're going to go Sharpener into Sharpener. That does provide us 3 different high school traits there, and then does look like we're going to go into Great Saiyaman for free to get rid of that Goku. Now we can Sharpener. We know the top of our deck because of the previous Sharpener we had played, and now we can Girl with short hair to be able to, for free, clean up and draw additional cards out of our hand. So you'll love to see it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. We did go ahead and draw this 4-cost Gohan. Well, I'm likely going to be playing that later into this next turn, and we're just going to go ahead and keep playing these combos. Let's draw 3 and place 1 on top of the deck. Make sure that we have everything that we need. Looking pretty good on Goku's side.
Yep, looking pretty fresh here, especially on turn 4. We don't have anything too incredibly powerful. The turn 4, at least in set 3, has always been kind of a tough position for red decks, at least before we lead into set 4. So now we have to decide on between, you know, we could play a 1-drop Whis, clean up the board a little bit, followed into, you know, if we really want to play a 3 here. But here we can just potentially, if we don't want to aggress with a Vegeta here and awaken the opponent, we can just play Whis into Whis into Whis, and that'll completely clear out the board, which would make us feel pretty good. Of course, the opponent then has the opportunity to be able to play 4-drop Gohan, but you're never really going to get away from your opponent being able to do that. So here it does look like we're going to use that 1 energy, play into a Whis. We have 2 more to be able to play 2 more Whis. And then that'll be a chill pass turn more likely.
But it's fine, you know. Let's go ahead and get rid of probably the sharpener. Yep, with the Whis. Send that over to the drop area. Not worried about that anymore, and it's activate main. Our Goku, however, will likely get rid of 2 of these things on board. Probably going to be the 1-costed Whis and probably the other 1-costed Whis, if I had to take a guess. Those are going to be the 2 most important things, the 10k combo and an activate main. So we're going to go ahead and do that right now. Yes, perfect with our 7 cards in hand after playing it. It gets a little tricky. It's a little tricky with blue decks. If you have like 9 cards in hand or something, or you end up with 8 afterwards, and it feels pretty bad when you don't get that on-play effect.
Yeah, it's very interesting here, having opted to not play the last Whis with that 1 energy to be able to get rid of the Eraser. Probably wanted to keep one in our back pocket. We do feel a little vindicated here by having it be comboed off here just now. That's why we feel pretty good here. 5 energy. We got the 4-card Jiren, but of course doesn't feel great. The room sheet feels amazing. So room sheet on the plate, you just one of your opponent's battle cards with 30k power or less in KO. It feels incredibly nice into that Gohan. And now we've got a big beefy 30k. And the biggest thing isn't just the fact that it's 30k, but it's the fact that it's a 5-cost. You know, in set 3, the highest that Red can get to is a 5-cost, but there's only a limited amount of cards that the opposing leader can utilize to be able to get rid of this room sheet because it's a 5-cost. Now, there are means for the deck to be able to get there between utilizing things like Hercule into Gohan, especially now that the leader's awakened. You can guarantee the top of your deck is exactly what you need for a Satan City High School to be able to make that happen. But in a world where the opponent doesn't have the precise cards, like multi-card combos that they need to get there, room sheet can stick around. So eventually, Red will get access to some 6-cost cards that definitely help in terms of being able to deal against Blue's removal. But at this current moment, with set 3 format, Halo Ku here is going to be in a really good position to be able to line up things like Hercule. And at the moment, could even potentially do something like Trunks just to get rid of it. Here we will swing into the room sheet to deny our opponent their awakening, deny them some draws. And then, interesting, looks like we are just going to Final Hope Slash here to try to do this the hard way.
Huh, okay, I guess that's something. This is still 2 cards in field and hand. I guess that's something as well. And it's going to go through. So, hey, it worked out. We still have 5 energy to work with. Technically 4 if you don't want to use your energy marker, which is understandable. Don't have a Gohan in hand to bottom deck both of these guys here, but we do have 10 cards in hand, so it's a bit of an awkward thing if we ever wanted to do that. But we're gonna go ahead and play the Eraser. Look at the top 5, get a non-Eraser 4 or less, and Satan in its traits. We're gonna go ahead and play out the sharpener that we just got.
Sharpener into utilizing his ability. If we hit on the top of our deck, we'll be able to use Girls with Short Hair to be able to clean up our hand a little bit more. Now, the fun thing about Eraser also is that because if you don't like the top of your deck as the Goku leader, you can always use the Eraser to be able to reconfigure the top of your deck to make it in a way that's more beneficial to you. So here we will go ahead and play out Hercule, which will get us down to the 7 hard hand size we need to then be able to use Peel Off. And then we have an energy marker left. I do feel a little bit suspicious about this play because now we are enabling a pretty big Beerus play here. 5-drop Beerus being able to KO everything that has 25k or less on board. So here we did play a lot to be able to get cards back into our hands, but we are effectively losing all the cards on board and resetting all of our traits. So very interesting. It might be bait, could be bait, but otherwise this presents a very powerful Beerus turn here for our Jiren player.
Yeah, unfortunately, you have to kind of consider all of the threats that Red can do, and here comes one of those threats. It's a 35k critical, pitch a card, and pop all other things 25k or less. And it's not a it's not a happy card for you to see. You know, it's not a card that they throw down and be like, oh, I can deal with that. No, you just lost a bunch of combo power, and it has critical. It's just never a fun thing to look at when it gets a max value like that. So, you know, it is a bit of a downside, a bit of an unlucky thing, and this is going to cost us a super combo and a card out of hand, which is immediately going to come out of that. Looks like we're just going to go ahead and use one of our actual leader ability and using our Sadie field card, which is nice to have. It's always a good tech.
Yep, the ability to have the field card on board gives you a guaranteed card to always be able to use that Goku leader's ability to rest mode a card once per turn on your opponent's turn and defensive get a 10k combo. So very clean out of that, but now we're just kind of staring at this Beerus, and we could bounce it back technically with that 3-drop trunk, but that doesn't feel too amazing. Right now the hand size definitely looking to be a benefit of Jiren. Opponent's gonna have to make not fantastic tempo plays to get rid of that Beerus, and then they can just sit in the back pocket for later for this Jiren player, especially since a lot of way that blue nets a lot of value is by playing things on board to then combo later. So we will see the Goku swing here, draw 2 cards, and then we'll put back the Gohan on top of our deck, which of course if we wanted to we could then play with the high school field card. And now we're down to 3, and this does put Jiren in position to be able to awaken.
Yep, which is a miss depending on what you have at hand, but we have a pretty healthy hand at 11. Don't really have to care about our hand size too much anymore. So we're gonna see if we're gonna awaken this falling turn after, or at least even this turn, since we're gonna be a 25k leader if needed. But based on our hand for Blue Goku here, or Halo 2, there's really too much going on. We are gonna be able to draw some cards, since we do have that requirement here for our active card.
Yep, so we'll go ahead and crack Orange Star High School here, be able to play the Gohan that we knew was on the top of our deck, and with Hercule we'll be able to bottom deck this Beerus, and then we still have Sharpener's ability available to be able to do 2 things. Not only will we be able to play Legos with short hair to be able to draw some cards, we'll still have the 1 energy after that to be able to play the another copy of the Orange Star High School. So a little bit of a tempo play here, and then we'll still have our field card available to be able to use our defensive leader ability, which is very nice. Here we will just awaken this Jiren just to take the hit and then draw that additional card. Down to 2 left we go. We're now a 25k leader with some odd 14 cards in hand, but we do have to put in a little bit of work here to start pressing Goku. But Sphere of Destruction is a very nice start in terms of getting our opponent to a range where we feel more comfortable being able to deal with him.
Yep. A lot of, like, we got there after a lot of steps, you know, reducing and then using the field card and then bottom decking and then all this other stuff, right? And, you know, it feels bad because you are a blue deck. You ended up playing all of these cards that have low attack power, and you know this little Whis that's coming down now is just gonna get rid of your 10k combo, either the peel off or the sharpener, and it just kind of feels bad, right? Since you only have 5 cards to his 13, so it is a bit of a back and forth in which one of the back is not as good as the 4th, as Goku, sending it back to Jiren, and it feels pretty bad even if they have 2 cards in life. So we're gonna go ahead and draw 1 with the Master Roshi, and we might even play this this Vegeta. I'm not entirely sure what we're gonna be doing for a less energy, since we have such a huge hand.
We did draw into a Sphere of Destruction, so technically we could do something like Fuwa into a Sphere of Destruction, get rid of that Gohan on board, and then you could like attack Master Roshi into Hercule, see if he takes that, and then swing into lead. You're gonna have to swing for at least 30k because of course you want him to force cards out of hand instead of just using the field card for free. But there's a couple of plays here, so it does look like we're gonna go and play 1 cost Whis. I wasn't sure if that was the one that was on hand, but it is, so we'll go ahead and probably make the Gohan down. And then we got that Sphere of Destruction, and then we got 1 more energy to do not a whole lot with. So let's see if they end up protecting that. does look, which is nice, right? The bait here is pretty good in terms of if we weren't gonna combo our way into 30k to deal with the opponent's leader, at least we got rid of a 10k combo on board. And then we can do a little bit of board cleanup here. So we're going to go Whis into Hercule. That's going to be a KO right there. And then we have 3 energy available. Likely play the Sphere of Destruction. Never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about. We're going to go ahead and play the Vegeta. Discard 2 cards from hand, 50k swing. And then we'll have the KO ability afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, that's this is pretty much what I was thinking, you know, when I saw the Vegeta here. It is still a 50k swing, you know, it is something that we can use, quote unquote, as our protection for our leader ability. It can be easily removed because you are going against a blue deck, but this card will allow you to pop that Gohan. So, you know, it all comes together. You know, the back and forth, as in I had a bunch of stuff on board. Now I no longer have that as a blue Goku. And now I have a bunch of stuff on board as Jiren. Not as intimidating, not as like effective, you know. 2 cards that have 5k combo power and a 50k body that can easily be get rid of because it is a 3 cost. So we're gonna start out with the Eraser and get a 4 costed Gohan, which is actually pretty good, right?
Exactly
like
what you want.
that's actually a really good card to draw.
Yeah. So, I mean, now we're in a position where board clearing is really easy. Vegeta only has KO protection. So it does mean that we're going to be able to use the Gohan to build the bottom deck. We did put on back on top of our deck, which is fine. We'll be able to play it out from there, utilizing the high school if we wanted to. We could also technically just flood the board with Satan Cities and then play Great Saiyan instead. A lot of ways to be able to get rid of that. The biggest thing that this Goku deck is really looking for right now is like a body on board that matters. If we end up playing Gohan, obviously that's what that ends up being. But right now, that 50k Vegeta did deal damage, but is not going to probably be here for long.
Yeah, I don't think so either. You know, I think that's probably what's going to happen here. So we're going to go ahead and use the Orange Star High School ability. Get out the Gohan, essentially for 1 less, right? So we're going to go ahead and bottom deck the Vegeta. And use the extra card you prefer, girls with short hair, to draw 1 or draw 3, and then put back 1 on top of the deck. Continue to use our combo abilities, basically, like we just did.
Yep, and having another Gohan in our back pocket for future turns is incredibly strong, especially with a deck like Jiren that oftentimes will do combination play a 2-drop into a 3-drop, play multiple 1-drops. So just having that in our back pocket feels really nice. We contemplated playing the peel off there, but then we took the play back, just kind of considering what we've got here. We do have a 30k swing here. We can play the peel off, be able to get another 10k combo back to our hand, get another peel off, keep the peel off loops going. Interestingly enough, though, opting to not swing with the Gohan, which of course you don't want to give the opponent too many cards in hand for a potential crackback, but very interesting here that we did not feel safe enough that we wanted to try to force cards out of the opponent's hand here, especially since those peel-offs are not long for this world against the red deck. So 30k swing here. I'll probably look to combo some stuff off our board, but let's see how Goku opts to defend.
I mean, yeah, it'd be pretty funny if we had another Beerus. No, I'm just kidding.
That would be pretty funny.
We don't have that. We do have a 5-cost Goku. Have a couple other things as well, but this 30k swing is still going to go first. Our Goku player is enlightened from our previous turns by using our cards on board first. All right, let's get the value and the combo power on our board while we still can, basically. And we go right into a Kefla. Okay. We go ahead and draw a card, and then play a card with 3 or less cost with determinate power in our traits, or our hand, that is. So it could be this Gohan. Yep. Okay, it is this Gohan, which makes sense. 225k swings. This Gohan's gonna get rid of one of these one-costed bodies, or if you combo it with something else like Fua, you can get rid of the Gohan as well, which might be the play.
Yeah, Kefla is such a powerful tempo play in terms of providing you board presence, board pressure on the cheap, which allows you to be able to get multiple turns of advantage. So just like you called it here, Brian, we've got that Fua give minus 15k to that Gohan, and now for free, we've essentially gotten it off the board. Probably wish that we had swung with it at this point now, but Jiren swinging the tempo onto over his side. Of course, Goku still has the ability, if he wants to rest mode one of these Satan cities to get that additional 10k if necessary. We're probably going to sit back on that until at very minimum we see a swing from the Kefla. If the Kefla ends up staying at 25k, then we've got a nice clean 10k combo to be able to do with that. So don't even go there. So you know what? I'm just going to keep this 10k combo in hand. Both of these players respecting the opponent's ability to be able to pressure quite a bit. So it's very fair. So we'd rather save that 10k combo on our Kefla and pass it over to the opponent. Go ahead and charge a Great Saiyaman, get us to 8 energy. And now we've got a couple of plays lined up. We could, of course, play 4-drop Gohan here, being able to bottom deck a few things on our board, and put us in a better position to be able to press the opponent. So we'll see what we got here. Maybe we're digging for a double striker. Not entirely sure what we're looking for here on Goku's side, but it does look like we're going to be putting the Gohan back on top of the deck.
Okay. Also, I'm missing something. I'm not sure if that will play out. I mean, that's a guaranteed one-costed cantrip here to find something. Yeah, I'm just trying to look throughout their hand and see what their plays are, because 8 energy is quite a lot. We still have our energy marker, by the way. We still have yet to use it. So that is something, right? We are going to play this Videl. So we're going to be able to get something from our drop area.
So something to indicate and note, look at the amount of cards left in Goku's deck.
Oh. Oh, that's tough. Okay. Maybe that's what we're doing here. Okay. I mean, that is still relevant, right?
Yeah,
only 8 cards in the deck. I was gonna say, like, you know, Jiren only has 2 cards in life, so we're gonna have to figure something out to get those last 2 cards out of their life. And maybe that is why we haven't been swinging, or at least haven't been swinging as much on Jiren's end. Didn't swing with that Kefla anyway, and
I mean, maybe we're we're playing to the deck out, like.
I mean, yeah, that is so funny. Maybe that is exactly what we're doing. It is possible. There is, I mean, unless they're gonna be doing something that we're not aware of, we're gonna be able to defend against these attacks. That's a 20k to the 25. Maybe our Goku player forgot, or maybe they just didn't want to commit anything from that.
Yeah, just opt to not want to combo away. Now I will say, blue has the benefit that because of things like peel-off loops and Videls, you can get a lot of draws that are from your drop as opposed to your deck. But nevertheless, there's a lot of very interesting sequencing here in terms of trying to fight our way out. I guess the idea here with not comboing into Videl was because they were going to combo the Fua anyways. So you'd rather just bottom deck it with the Gohan. Here we're going to see the Eraser take our 7-card deck, potentially make it 6, or maybe we're just trying to reorder. Nope, we are going to add that back to hand. 6 cards left in deck, 30k battle card on board. What is the game plan here? We are going to Great Saiyaman away the Kefla. Now what?
I don't know. Well, what we are going to do is try to get these we're taking it. We're taking it. I mean, we got a draw that went into a super combo, so that's something, right?
Yeah. Oh,
maybe
dude, if we find a Beerus here, though, oh my god,
that'd be tough.
Oh,
that would be
okay. So
look at all those cards that we can KO.
So many. So we've got the Whis, we've got the Fua, we've got the Roomshi. So we can,
cool.
Yeah, we can Roomshi away the Gohan. We have, if we charge, we have 2 more energy here, so we could Fua potentially. You could Whis. There's some board control you could do here where now, like, you do all that, then the opponent has Trunks and Great Saiyaman in terms of attackers. Obviously, you could do things like peel off, loop your way into a big attack, but this is a very interesting end board state here that we've got presented to us, and one that could see a huge hunt if the opponent can draw themselves, if Jiren can draw themselves into something like a Beerus here. So a lot of thinking having to do in the tank here to figure out what the play is against this blue board.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, if we're really going out for the deck out, you know, I'm like going through their hand. Rumshi can be played for 5. Yeah, sure. Whis can get rid of one of these 1 costs. That'll be our sharpener. That's perfectly fine. We can play Goku, but that won't. Well, I mean, we can get rid of Videl. What I'm trying to do is, you know, what are our best win cons? If our best win con is going to be mill out, then let's take care of this board as best as we can.
Yeah, I would be greedy, man. I would have Piccolo to try to dig for that Beerus.
That Beerus. Yeah.
I 100.
I mean,
100%.
my thing is that if our Jiren player knows that we only play 1 Beerus and we use it already,
right?
You know, that's probably might be one of the thought processes here too. We don't have to play Beerus. We're just gonna do our thing. I think we play Rumshi and just swing into the Videl.
I agree. I do like the defense here because you know you're gonna lose your cards anyways to like red removal, and at the very least, like they're in your drop now, so you can go ahead and use things like peel off to loot them back.
Yeah.
So I think you Rumshi here, get rid of the Gohan, you hit into the Vidal, and then you're just like, all right, dude, you got 5 cards in deck left to work with.
Yep. In a deck that really likes to cycle through and draw and do its shenanigans. Oh, that's crazy, actually.
Like, I get it, because you don't want Videl to loop like another 1-drop, but...
Yeah, but 30 to 20
is already netting the 10k that she would have drawn anyways, but like here you get to keep. I don't know about this. Already like they're there and we're here, so let's see what the lineup is.
I actually think that was a game costing move. I know that's pretty dramatic, but I think that was because like when you think about it, it is. I don't know. I mean, we do have perfect knowledge too, right? We see both of our players' hands.
Yeah, but we have 4 super combos in hand. I don't know that we need to make the play that was going to save us 10k, right? Because like, yeah, Rumshi's 10k combo, but we have 4 super... All right, well, I guess we got Goku Black we can play with. Like,
yeah, we are definitely getting rewarded here. 4 cards in deck. Getting really close. And we're going to go 30 to a 25. I guess we're gonna get a 10k out of hand, and I'm guessing what's gonna happen is that we're gonna peel off into Goku Black, play out Trunks perhaps, and then try to close out this game. I think that Goku Black draw is really good for us.
Yeah, that's a big play. You're gonna be able to get a big body back that you probably ran out of in your deck. It's a big 40k swing. Massive draw here on the Goku Black, which, to be fair, with the way that Goku's ability works, would have seen it eventually, the draw 2 and put back on top of your deck. However, Goku Black oftentimes being a tech as far as being able to have 1 or 2 in the deck, and the fact that they went in life here very beneficial for our Halo 2 players. So just like you had talked about, we're going to be able to pull back a heal off into our hand and swing for 40k, putting the Trunks and bouncing back the Rumshi. And just calling it clean on 40k. That'll be 1 super combo out of hand. And now it's all in on this Trunks now with like a peel off play, but we've got 3 super combos in hand, so we're feeling really good right now.
Yeah, I mean, this is still quite a lot. You know, 3 peel offs now in play. That sharpener is also a 10k. We got a couple things on board that we can combo. I mean, you may as well just go for it here, right?
Just clean 30k. You know what? We're just gonna we're gonna live another turn now. All Jiren has to do here is find an out to this Goku Black which is doable with that Vegeta, assuming you don't care about the stuff in your hand. And then your opponent's all out of gas. I mean, Sphere of Destruction here is a way to get rid of currently nothing really. I mean, that's not true. You could, so what you can do here is you can play Goku 5-drop, neg down the Goku Black, and then Sphere of Destruction it. But again, I don't know what I'm talking about.
We're not doing that. I don't know if you know, but we're not doing that. I just got the update in my ear.
Okay, cool. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, unfortunate. Well, we could Vegeta.
Yeah.
We could Vegeta. Dude, we have 3 super combos. Oh boy. Yeah, man. What a weird, funny situation.
Yeah, this is.
Both have 3 super combos each.
Yeah, I like clearly we're playing to the deck out here, and I'm just trying to I mean, maybe not. Maybe this is the double strike turn. Who knows? But I feel like you have to deal with this Goku Black, right?
I don't think that's a factor anymore. I think we gotta take game, but I don't think we have a hand to take game anymore.
All right.
I mean, sure. Let's go to 30 though. Can we go to 30?
All right, so 25k swing here, going to 30, but of course
30.
Goku still has the ability to rest mode one of these erasers to be able to get 10k, so that'll be a boost up there, and then you can combo away the other eraser for the 5k that you need. So very clean onboard answer. And now Goku at 3 life, we don't really have a way to be able to, I mean, look, I guess you could technically Vegeta into the double striker, but like, okay. I was joking. It's a joke.
Yeah, so we're gonna get rid of 2 of our super combos to go to 50. We're most likely gonna take this, although we do have the combo power to get out of it. And then even like this is the thing. Like, we'd rather take the 1 card and then use that to it doesn't matter. It doesn't have combo power to defend against our 5 costed double striker. Which we're gonna go ahead and get rid of one of these cards. It's gonna be the 1 cost that has 5k for combo power. Swing, go into 45k. But unfortunately, we're gonna be met with super combos. And I think from here, Blue Goku will take the match. This simple math. Simple math from here.
Yeah. No hand means a very simple combo here to close out with the game on a 30k. Giving Halo Crew the game 1 win, pushing this into a game 2 in this digital semifinal. Alrighty, so we're jumping into this game 2 of the semifinals, which will potentially decide which one of these players moves on to the championship finals in January. So here we go, lock it up, Androids versus Halo Crew, and here we've got a matchup where it has felt like oftentimes Androids a little bit in the back foot in the different matchups that we've seen in the semifinals, but we do feel pretty confident potentially going into this matchup. I'm Spirin, with me is joined by Brian. Brian, how are we feeling about this green versus blue matchup?
Well, I have a little bias. I do love my androids, hence my name, as well as what I generally play is green anyway. But this matchup is interesting because, you know, it's a one where I feel like Android 17 can gain control from mid to late game. They still have plenty of options in its 4 costed bodies, and as well as now Hercule to maintain their hand size in order to keep up with some of the mid game threats that Blue Goku or Halo Goku can put out. We are going to start out with a Sharpener and swing with our leader 15 to 15. Probably go ahead and play our field card and kind of go from there.
Yep, our Androids having kind of the start that they're looking for. I mean, we've got the 4-drop twins in our hand to be able to ramp. We've got the destructive strength here to be able to accelerate in that early turn, and we are going to be stuck staring at the opponent's board for the first couple of turns. Green doesn't necessarily have a great early game removal in set 3 format. However, in our late game, we are in a position where we're going to be able to do things like play the 6-drop Android 17 and 18, which will not only force double strike pressure as a 40k, but we'll also be able to clean up the board, which is very much welcome. So it's just about a means of getting there. And then we're going to be trying to figure out exactly what steps we need to take. This version of the deck doesn't have the aggressive starts that it wants. We haven't seen anything that allows us to be able to play any early vanillas. We haven't played out the Videl. So droids can breathe a little bit as they spend the next couple of turns setting up for plays. Good potentiality here to see Dr. Gero. And you do have to be mindful because of Blue's ability to be able to bottom deck your cards. You do want to make sure that if you play something like Dr. Gero, that you potentially make sure to combo it away so that it does end up in your drop instead of being bottom decked, and then you're in a position where you're stuck having to find more androids to be able to get the job done. So here we will play the Dr. Gero, or Android 20. We will whiff, which is never a fun thing to see, and then pass it on over to Halo Ku to kick off their turn 3.
Yeah, just like you said, they have a little bit of room to breathe. This is kind of what you want as far as being a green or Android 17 player. You know, that's the thing. This next turn is gonna be pretty good as long as we have our drop area set up. And man, this 4-costed Gohan just kind of comes out of like the best places. Let's just put it that way. I was gonna say something else, but the best places at the right time, because we really needed that Android 20 into our drop area to make sure that we have more and more androids into our drop. But unfortunately, we're gonna be able to combo this and maybe work that out later on. This 30k swing we're gonna take, but from there, I don't know.
Yeah, this is a huge tempo Gohan. I love this play. Not only does it deal with the cards on board, making it a little bit more awkward for Android 17 here to get the cards he needs on drop, but additionally it's a really annoying body that allows pressure, which like this Halo Ku deck can sometimes struggle with the pressure that it applies early game against opponents depending on the builds that you're on. So the early 30k is like, because it's a 30k, it means that the swarm play of this turn, where it's going to be like 4-drop droids into what potentially could have been Trunks, into so on and so forth, doesn't cleanly answer a 30k. It's a big body. They're gonna have to combo up into it, which Blue is very happy to combo into protecting their 30ks. So it's a play that lines up pretty well, but this build does play the 7-drop, and the 7-drop is definitely up. Nothing currently in Blue can get away from the board wipe here, so that will be a massive comeback turn for subsequent play. So here, you know, we could potentially play the 4-drop, go into the destructive strength afterwards, and we can actually play the 7-drop board wipe the turn afterwards. And if we're in a position where our opponent is attacking into us and awakening us, now we've had cleared our opponent's board, we'll be awakened, we'll swing for 30k. So honestly, even though that was a really great tempo turn for Goku, we do have the comeback cards necessary in this Trunks deck here to make the next turn very, very powerful and swing the entire tempo of the game.
Yeah, and I mean that's an upside, but I mean the other side of this is that we have a 7-costed Gohan, and we're about to be at 7 energy. So I mean that's the benefit of being able to ramp 2 more energy than our opponent. And thankfully we're on our turn, so hopefully we'll be able to use the cards on our field first. And I'm trying to look through Goku's hand. We do have another Gohan. Doesn't make too much difference when we're going to go ahead and use our Great Saiyaman, matching our Gohan on the field to the Android 17 and 18 on their field, and 15 into 15. We might defend this, but I think we're just going to take it. Our Gohan swing afterwards to get this Broly, and right into Videl, where we do have 7 in our hand exactly. Our blue Goku player doing exactly what we need to do for our hand size.
Yeah. So here, knowing that if we take this hit, then Gohan will have a 30k swing into our lead here. So likely to leave it at that, we're gonna play the high school. And the thing with green that doesn't line up really well for the blue Goku build of blue is that other decks can tech things like lightning to be able to get rid of anything on board, or Zenos. Whereas it seems like this variant is running less of that. very much leaning on things like Hercule to be able to get rid of cards. So things like the 7-drop, the Broly that we just drew into, are going to lead to incredibly powerful back-to-back removal plays that are not easy for blue to be able to answer. So big things here in terms of what droids are going to be able to do. Looks like we're going to opt to swing into the Videl to deny our opponent their awakening, as we will likely go into the 7-drop here, and then afterwards go into Broly plays after that. So massive bombs here. Secret rare. Everyone seems to have the alt art too, which I'm all about. I love the alt art here, but alt art Gohan to board wipe this entire board, setting up a phenomenal play of back to... Oh, we got rid of a Broly? Oh, I mean, look, fair. That's fair. We have one other Broly in hand. We have an Android. I'm just very greedy. But now we're going to be in a very comfortable position where the opponent attacks. We're going to be awakened. Then we're going to be able to play Broly. We're going to swing at a 50k, and very quickly the game can shift position.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you can't really ask for a better turn for Andrew 17, 18, or really 17, who's going to be 17, 18 here after the swing. You know, wiping the board, getting rid of that 30k attacker so you don't have to really worry about it anymore. Denying their awakening after swinging with their 17 leader. So a lot of good things coming out. Our Broly's in our hand. We can switch up to our 17 and 18 6-drop as well. If they somehow don't awaken, which they're probably not, we can go ahead and do that. Especially since most of the cards that we'll be playing are going to be 3 or less, which is going to be this Videl. So this is good. This is really good for our 17 player. Our Goku player is now using the Videl to get our 1-drop back from our drop. So here they are, 17, 18, just on cue.
And a lot of plays we can make here. We're not committed to having to play the Broly. If the opponent goes lower to the ground, playing a bunch of 2-drop, like you're saying, we can pivot over to playing the Android 17 and 18 instead, threaten double strike, which also opens up 2 energy for us to be able to do something like play Hercule. And then the beauty of Hercule is also that we're going to be able to draw some more combo power to stave off our opponent for another turn. So this is definitely the tempo swung over to the droid side, and it's going to be tough for our Goku player here to be able to surmount a comeback. Not impossible, but it's going to be a very tough position. We've got the charge of the Android 20 here. The swing for 30k is going to be a take. Goku now being at 4 life and will be able to awaken themselves, but then going to have to face off against a 50k swing from this secret rare, followed by either 2 45k swings or a double strike swing, followed by being able to clear out some of the battle cards that they removed from the body. So very tough position here. We do see the gorgeous awakening here. Goku going Super Saiyan, and then will follow through with taking this hit. And now we're going to see where androids decide to take it. Are we going Broly? We are going Broly. So play out the Broly here. Gonna on play, draw an additional card, draw into another Broly. So I guess it didn't really matter that we comboed the other one. And now we got 2 massive 45k swings coming over on Goku's side.
I like this. You know, I dig this. I'm more of a person who may have used 17 and 18 instead, but we don't really have gigantics in our hand. We don't really have anything to really maximize our energy. Plus the 2 45k swings, plus the draw is nothing to scoff at, right? I mean, this is something that, like you said, that Goku really can't answer. Like Blue can't really answer outside of Zeno, right? So this is just gonna feel pretty bad. Going down to 1 to a 13 card hand, but
which isn't always a plus in Blue, right? Because like you need to be on 7 cards or less for some of your effects. Like
exactly. This is, oh man, I don't really like this. I don't like this for our Goku player. This does not incite happiness.
No, it does not. Kicking off their turn with the turn 1 Erasa. Does find another Hercule in hand. And now we're in the tank. A lot needs to happen here. We don't really have a way to deal with this Broly, so we're going to have to potentially press for game. We do find a double striker. Maybe there's a world in which we attack with our 1-drops and be able to force away. So 30k swing here, 30 on 20. We do have the combo in hand. We're going to super combo our way out of that attack. to successfully defend against that. It's not technically over yet. We do have the one drops with a bunch of combo in hand to potentially be able to press that pressure. We will play Hercule instead. 4 energy left over. We're going to go ahead and use Sharpener. Top of deck there is the Gohan. So we do now have the ability to use an extra card for free. We're going to go off and play another Hercule. So double Hercule here. I guess we can double Hercule, lower the cost of the Broly to be able to then use Great Saiyaman. Well, there are lines. So let's see what happens here. We can get rid of a Broly, though we do have another Broly in hand. Does not feel fantastic. Let's see if we can deal with this board.
Probably not. That's not the greatest response here, but it's just, come on. We have 6 cards in hand as 17, but I mean that doesn't really mean much when we're at 1 life for Goku, right? We have 2 swings almost guaranteed, because we're not getting rid of this Broly unless we really commit to it, which it's starting to look like we might. I don't think we really have anything else to play. We already swung with our leader. Oh, what are we doing? Oh, okay, I'm attacking.
We're just proccing. So,
I was like, oh.
So we're gonna reduce by 2 here, and we're gonna have to do this. Well, let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, actually, this clears the board.
Oh, because of the final host.
No, because of the Great Saiyaman here.
Oh, because of Great Saiyaman. Ah, yeah. Okay.
No way, dude. No. We actually cleared the board.
This is hilarious.
Hey, I love this. So double Great Saiyaman here. 7 Satan cities on board will allow Goku to be able to clear out this board. Absolutely phenomenal play here. I love this. And we still do have, let's see, 10, 20. That's 2 super combos. So we currently have 40, 50, 60. What are we doing? What? Okay, all right, fine.
We're final hoping.
Sure, that's fine.
And probably comboing something off field.
We don't necessarily have to, but yeah, okay. So this gets our.
No.
This gets our. I like this. So essentially, what we're doing is we're trading 1 energy here to get back a 10k combo in hand. We're swinging in. I don't necessarily hate this play. We do still have the field card to be able to use the ability to get a 10k. So we are kind of pressing pressure here. We're getting cards in hand. Honestly, elegant play. I've always said that the blue Goku deck is a big brain deck, one that is much too big brain for me. I love the sequencing here in terms of getting rid of the board and technically applying enough pressure so that maybe you can start surmounting a comeback in the next turn. However, we do know that there's another Broly on the way, which is going to make it a lot tougher for our Goku player here. But fantastic play on their end to have cleared the board.
Yeah, it's man, this is good if we didn't have a Broly in hand, right? Like Broly just kind of dictates every 1 life type of situation, right? So I mean, as soon as we throw that down, it's gonna be a problem.
So interesting here that we do instead opt to charge the 10k combo, keeping the Big Bang in our hand, and I guess the decision here being that we're going to use that Big Bang to be able to get rid of something off the board, essentially trading 10k for 10k combo. So 30k swing here on the Goku, gonna demand at least a super combo or 2 cards. Looks like 2 cards is what the doctor ordered here. Every swing is potentially lethal. So defending out of this attack, we're likely to see a follow-up Broly. So we're going to use a card plus the ability of our leader to get up to 40k defend the attack, and most likely here, Broly follow-up.
Yep, and there it is. That Broly. Okay. Gonna go and pop the, I believe that was a 10k combo on board. The first swing is a gimme. Go ahead and get a hand check real quick. It's gonna be a 20k combo, super combo. That is up to that 40k point. Now it's 50k for the 10k combo. I think this next one is going to be on the rest of our hand. I don't think there's really too much else that we need to do.
Interesting. So not using the 1 energy? What? What? Why? What is? I guess you feel fine, right? You feel safe. You have 2 super combos. You got 4 5Ks in your hand. But very interesting here to not opt to use the Big Bang attack ahead of time and pressure a little bit more. But I guess we just feel very confident. We feel very safe. But it does seem like Goku's going to get another turn.
Yeah, and the thing is that we do have our 5-costed Vegeta in hand. Pilaf also basically says we have 20k or more combo power in hand as well. Yeah, I mean, this is just another way of like giving them another chance, right? Like that's the thing. Plus our leader ability too. Like, I mean, I feel like we should have just went for it. We have a lot of combo power in our hand.
Yeah, we do.
Even without the super combos, like I think that's what it is. I think as a player, which I feel the same, you know, we have super combos. We never really want to use it offensively. So it's just one of those things, man.
So we did grab back the Final Hope Slash from our drop. And then we're going to go ahead and draw 2 cards, draw as much combo power as we can, and then try to get this strike through so that we can then double strike for game. We did end up putting the Gohan back to the top of our deck here. And now let's see if we can put ourselves in position to push this pressure. We do need to combo a little bit to kind of try and stress if we can see this. Now, droids do have a very healthy defense here. And so long as they don't go down to 2 life, they're never really in a situation where they could feel too much in danger. They just have too much protection here, having at least 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80,000 combo in hand here. So we are going to combo those 2 erases here on Goku's side for 30k, swing into the opposing leader.
Yep, here it comes. Could be 2 cards or 1 super combo. Probably could be the super combo. I mean, we have 2 cards, and we don't really want to show that we have the super combos or willing to over combo for that. But I guess we're doing it.
Yeah,
we're doing it. I mean, that's fine. That's fine. 2 cards can represent something else.
Yeah.
Instead.
So we're gonna go ahead and now pivot. We can't go for double strike per game. So we'll go Sharpener, reveal the Gohan. We can now for free. Oh, interesting. Okay, cool. I like this. So we're gonna go ahead and Final Hope Slash to add another huge swing here. I do like this quite a lot. 25k swing potentially opens up for the double strike play to still be live here. We're gonna get the peel off back in hand. It won't make too much of a difference if this doesn't go through because we won't be able to play the peel off and the double strike. So we're just gonna combo the peel off away here. 35k swing. Super combo gets us out of it. 40k. Unfortunately, it does seem like Goku's options are thin. Here we could go for the double strike, but that really won't present much. We could go ahead and play the card, but no, I think we just resigned it ourselves. So passing on over to the opponent here, Broly swing, and that will dictate the game here. Droids moving on to the digital finals.
お前たちの相手をしている暇はないんだ。